When a new religious community, group of nuns or monks, come into a diocese to start a permanent mission in the diocese, in a parish, or in one place, in the locality of a diocese, bishops have so many concerns about the provision of a good house, vehicles, their maintenance. They are the material concerns. When the Mother Teresa of Calcutta, her sisters came for the mission, first in Sri Lanka. Group of nuns, 3 of them, went to a bishop in a particular diocese. And this bishop was worried about what the sisters would ask him for: a house, vehicle, allowance, so many facilities. So this bishop was really worried as to what the sisters would ask him. Sisters told the bishop, we need 2 things. We have 2 requirements to be fulfilled by you. And the bishop was wondering what these would be. They said, please make sure that we have Eucharist, Mass every day. In order to serve the poor, we need to be united to Jesus who made poor. To see the poor, we need to experience Jesus first. Then the second requirement, please give us your permission to beg, to be beggars in your diocese. The central mission of Mother Teresa was to serve the poor, and she saw Jesus in the poor. And by serving the poor, she and her congregation wanted to be and want to be Eucharistic in their life. Another saint, Saint Maximilian Kolbe, the Polish priest, he was kept in the concentration camp of Auschwitz. Even today, it is a scary scene to visit the site even nowadays. He offered to sacrifice his life to save a familyed father. Mother Teresa, by serving the poor, she wanted to be Eucharistic. Saint Maximilian Kolbe, by offering his life in the gas chamber, wanted to be Eucharistic. Today we celebrate the solemnity of the most precious body and blood of Christ, traditionally known as the Corpus Christi feast. Eucharist is the center of a Christian. Eucharist is the center of Christian living and life. We consider Eucharist, Sunday Mass, as an obligation. It is not only an obligation, it is the Christian vocation. Eucharistia in Greek means to give thanks. And at the Eucharist, we give thanks to the Father for the greatest gift of His Son. Jesus is the God-made man. He received the human body, By God becoming man, having a body, his body was totally given for the people. The body totally broken, the blood totally shed for the people, for the love. One simple example of this total giving of his body, of course, blood in the understanding of the Hebrew mentality, blood signifies life. When Jesus was killed and he died on the cross, on the Calvary, when the soldier pierced his side, his blood has been fully and totally shed. There was no more blood, but it was water that oozed from the side. So this shows his total giving, his total love. The multiplication of bread that we found in today's gospel could be found in all the other 4 gospels. All of them record the multiplication of bread. According to Luke and John, it is 5 loaves and 2 fish. And according to John, it is a little boy who carries the 5 loaves and the 2 fish. Why doesn't John give this little boy a name? John wants your name and my name to be placed there. This inadequate 5 loaves, 2 fish, brought by an unknown boy, you and me, is needed by the Lord. When we offer our inadequate talents, our inadequate times, our inadequate goodwill, our inadequate resources, God is capable of making miracles. So in this simple multiplication of bread, while Jesus manifests his Godhead that he could make miracles, he also invites us to bring whatever we think inadequate. Well, you may be thinking of the inadequacies in your family lives as husband and wives, as children, as the adults, as priests. When we bring our inadequacies to the Lord, he will make miracles out of it. In fact, the Second Vatican Council teaching on the Eucharist, in the Sacrosanctum Concilium, the document on liturgy, number 11 says, Eucharist is the source and summit of Christian life. It is the summit because we take all our anxieties, all our issues, all our problems, all our difficulties, sadness, to this summit, to the Eucharist. It is the source, and through this flows our sustenance, our life. Therefore, Eucharist is not only to be regarded as an obligation, it becomes an obligation because it becomes our life. With all the difficulties of the modern days, to be a faithful father, to be a faithful husband, is to live a Eucharistic way of life. With all the sufferings and untold and unseen tears of the mothers, when still these mothers continue to be dutiful towards the husband and the children, and to keep the family together, these mothers live a Eucharistic life. When all the friends in the class invite you to do whatever they think, the use of freedom or the misuse of the freedom, still to live according to Christian living as students is to be Eucharistic. To be a widow and a widower and still to live according to the gospel life or the bachelorhood is to live a life of the Eucharist. Therefore, the solemnity that we celebrate today reminds us of our vocation. Well, we are living this vocation like the people in the gospel. They were in the wilderness. You could be living in your own type of wilderness. You could name so many. But in the midst of all these things, our availability, when we take our littleness to the Lord, to the Eucharistic Lord, He would give us sustenance. He would encourage us. He would give us the true guidance to be faithful to our Eucharistic call at our baptism.